Hey basketball players, today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest issues that basketball players face, not getting playing time. A lot of you guys out there are not getting the playing time that you guys want. On a team where there's 13 people, only about 6, 7, or 8 players are going to be in that rotation. So here are 3 tips for you if you want to break into the rotation instead of sitting most of your time on the bench. Now before we get into this video, make sure that you guys smash the like button. Make sure that you guys destroy it. I want to see 200 plus likes on this video. If you guys find this video helpful, make sure that you guys subscribe as well and leave video ideas in the comments. All right, let's get into these 3 tips on how to get more playing time. The first tip is to make sure that you evaluate yourself. Evaluate where you're at as a basketball player. You're gonna be able to gauge how good you are based upon how you do in practice against your teammates. Now, when you evaluate yourself, you should look at yourself in multiple different ways. You wanna look at your offensive game, you wanna look at your defensive game, you wanna look at your intangibles, you wanna look at your attitude, you wanna look at your effort. You wanna look at all of these different things to see where you fall short. Because in basketball, there's always room for improvement. You can always find a way to get better and better. So take a look at yourself honestly. If you know you can't shoot, then you need to get in the gym and start making shots every day so that way you can shoot in games. Coaches are gonna want a player who can shoot. You can't D up, you're gonna need to get better on defense. The first step in getting more playing time is evaluating where you're at so that way you can find out what you can work on to get better so that way that weakness or that thing that's stopping you from playing is not gonna be a problem anymore. Self-evaluation is so crucial. The second tip to getting more playing time is to play harder in practice. Now, a lot of basketball players will say, I work hard in practice all the time, but the coach doesn't even notice me. Well, that may be true in some circumstances. I've been a player and I've been a coach, and I promise you that when I see effort in practice, I'm more likely to push for you to be able to play in a game. I've never been a head coach at a high school or college level, but I have been an assistant coach. And as an assistant coach, I take a very good look at practice. I see who's hustling hard, who's the person who's been putting in more work, getting more shots up after practice. I'm seeing those little things. So assistant coaches and also head coaches are gonna be looking at you in practice to see if you are putting in the work to get better. And if you are, they will vie for you and try to put you into games. Trust me on this one. Play hard in practice, get extra work in after practice on the things that you evaluate yourself as not being acceptable or not being up to par, and I promise you those little things are gonna pay off. And even if you play hard in practice and don't play this season, that hard work in practice is gonna pay off later. Hard work is something that's gonna continually reward you throughout your whole life and through your basketball career. So make sure that you're working hard during and after practice. And then the last thing that you can do is talk with your coach. This might seem intimidating for some, and you don't want to approach it in the wrong way, but talking to your coach and voicing your concerns can really help you out. Now, I don't want you to go up to the coach and tell him that you're mad that you're not playing that much. That's gonna look like you have a bad attitude and you're not putting in the work. What you should do is approach your coach and ask them, hey coach, what can I do to get better? What have I been doing that's wrong? What can I do to get more playing time? Those sorts of questions are more constructive. They can give you things that you need to work on in order to get more playing time. And then you can go attack those in your workouts. If they say you can't defend anybody and you can't hit a 3-point shot, then at least you know that you can't defend anybody, you can't hit a 3-point shot, so I can go work on those things. If you're left in the dark and you don't know why the coach is not playing you, then you're really not taking this into your own hands. You're not taking the initiative to get yourself more playing time. So make sure that you talk to your coach. I know that there's been times where I wasn't getting a lot of playing time in my basketball career. And I went and talked to my coach about it, and he told me, look, you're not able to make the reads like the starting point guard is. You're not as fast and you're not as quick as him, so I'm not gonna play you ahead of him right now. He told me the things that I needed to work on. I needed to get faster and I needed to be able to make better reads off the pick and roll. And those are things that I went and worked on by myself. I started playing in more games, more pickup games and things of that nature to improve my game so that I could make the correct reads. I started trying to get faster by doing strength and agility work. Those sorts of things are constructive and they will help you get more playing time. It might not be this year, it might not be next year, it could be the year after that. But those things are the things that you need to be able to work on. Now, is everybody always gonna get playing time? Obviously not. So you got to come to grips with the fact that if you're a freshman or sophomore, you're probably not going to get the minutes that a senior might get. You just have to continue to push yourself and work hard every single day. And lastly, what I'm going to say on this topic is playing time should never define your worth as a basketball player. I've known basketball players who didn't play very much in certain situations and then excelled in other situations. Played for one coach and didn't play very much, and then they play for another coach and they start every single game. It's not always about how good you are as a player, it's all about the fit and the situation that your team is in. Take for instance Jeremy Lin. Before Jeremy Lin had Linsanity in 2012, he was on the Houston Rockets on like a 10-day deal. There were 6 point guards on the team. In his movie, he said he couldn't even get reps in practice. So he was not getting any playing time at all, whatsoever. Then he goes to New York, finds the right fit, and boom, he's averaging 25 and 12 a game or something. Those things need to be kept in mind. Don't ever value yourself based upon your playing time, but those are 3 great tips for you to be able to play more in games. If you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed the tips, make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Make sure that you guys share this with a friend. Comment video ideas in the comments. Video ideas are great. You guys are really coming with the heat, so I cannot wait to continue to give you more and more tips and advice. And like always, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at JQ Basketball Training. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.